Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Hope everyone's having a great week. Let's see, what is it? Thursday? No, Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I'm losing track of the days these days. Um, Anyways, I figure I'd take some time to discuss a an inquiry, a question from one of my subscribers, revolving around what coin dealers pay for coins, silver, that sort of thing. And it's a great question. Believe it or not, it's not something that I could just kind of like, go out and just talk random numbers, because I haven't been a coin dealer in probably over 15 years. And even then, I was more of an assistant than I was an actual dealer. All right, so I worked with someone else who has long passed away. Nice guy, but he taught me the ropes. And what I could do is provide a lot of you some guidance. And I know there's going to be kind of like the tinfoil hat kind of coin dealers out there watching this right now and completely bash me and say, hey, you know what, Sean, you're completely wrong, okay? And whatever, all right? I've actually polled 4 different dealers I know, and I had a battery of questions that I had asked them regarding probably some of the more commonly encountered coins, collectibles, that sort of thing, and what they pay in today's market. Now, there's obviously going to be some differences of opinion, like I had mentioned, and that's fine. I'm probably going to hear about it. But I'm going to try and be pretty general when I'm giving the information out on some of these coins and collectibles. Furthermore, I'm more inclined to give ranges. All right, that always seems to help appease the masses out there. But the big reason why I'm doing this video is we are still deadlocked in this whole virus situation. Again, there's states that are beginning to close back up again because of the rise in cases. Who knows what's going on with unemployment? People are getting shut out of their jobs again, especially those folks working through the retail sector of the employment market, I guess. And I know our local mall has closed again. So, for, about a month and a half, it became kind of like a congregation area again for a lot of folks, mostly the young people. And now that is no longer the case. And, yeah, it's, again, like I had mentioned before, we're in crazy times right now. But, all in all, we want to try and keep ourselves healthy, regardless of what you may think about this virus. This is not a political forum, by the way, but, we are talking coins and currency here. And people need money. They need cash these days. So how are you going to move what you have? And depending on, I guess, the how quick you need the money will determine if whether or not a coin shop is the best option for you in the long run or the short run. Sometimes it might just be easier to go ahead and post it on eBay. You're going to have to wait the requisite 5 to 7 days to get your payment, but in the end, you'll probably get a little bit more money that way than if you were to sell it to a coin dealer. All right, so I figure we go ahead and jump right into some of the coins and various other items, and talk about how much you can expect to receive for them. Before I go ahead and jump in, I got to do my good old YouTube thing. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Your extra endorsement in a subscription would certainly help out in these difficult times. And I appreciate all of the support and views. All right, so the criteria that I put together for the price ranges all stem from gray sheet pricing. Okay, this is commonly referred to as the Coin Dealer Newsletter. It's kind of a basic, it looks like a little newsletter, a little mini newspaper, which has a bunch of the bid and ask prices for a lot of the coins we're going to talk about today. One thing that it does not highlight is PM prices. All right, whether they're scrap silver, whether you got generics, whether you got some premium rounds and bars, like Englehards, Silver Eagles, Maple Leafs, things of that nature. Okay, those are tiered differently, and we'll talk about that here momentarily. So keep this in mind, that there are certain coins that have absolutely no market these days, and I've heard it all, believe me, but I've heard some pretty good doozies here in the last week or so. So I'm going to make that known as we talk about it. So I figure we go ahead and discuss precious metals, okay, because that seems to be the one big kind of like very fluid asset that people have. How much can you expect to get for your precious metals? Okay, I figure we'll start off with silver. Just as a side note, the coin dealers are buying copper pennies, but they're only paying face. So if you didn't want to, say, roll them up and you just wanted to go ahead and move them, by the way, this is 3 out of the 4 dealers. The one last dealer really does not deal with copper pennies. Just bring it in. They have the coin counters to be able to sort and cycle through what you may have. All right, so if you need that, you can certainly do that. Plus, you avoid the fee, like say if you went to a Coinstar, which a lot of people do, or if you go to the bank, some people will have the coin counters. Some banks will charge a fee to use a coin counter, regardless if you're a member or not. I've heard about it, so I figure I'll let you guys know. Wheat cents. Coin dealers are paying 2 cents. Not a one of them is saying 3 or 4 cents. Especially when someone comes in with like bulk 40s and 50s, 2 cents is all that they pay. And generally they'll turn around and sell those for either 3 cents a piece or 4 cents. It really depends on the dealer. Alright, so you got bulk wheat cents. Keep that in mind. So as far as silver goes, let's go ahead and start out with 40%. 40% silver Kennedy has right now. Coin dealers unanimously had mentioned that they're paying anywhere from $1.25 a piece to as high as $1.40. All right, so keeping in mind, I believe the price of silver is like $19 and a few cents. So we're basing what we're talking about today based off of that spot price. So 40% silver Kennedys, $1.25 to $1.40. Depending on how the crow flies. For a full roll, you're looking at about $25. $10 face, by the way. 90% silver scrap. All right, what are coin dealers paying for this? Well, it's been brought to my attention. Strangely enough, silver is on the uptick. However, coin dealers are not super committal in paying the type of premium that you would expect for 90% scrap silver. As a matter of fact, all the dealers had mentioned that they are paying anywhere from 9 times face to 10 times face, and that is it. Now, that number will fluctuate depending on the actual demand and the market of silver. All right, so 9 to 10 times face. If you absolutely avoid selling it for that, that would be ideal, considering we're at $19 an ounce. So keep that in mind as well. How about generic rounds? It looks like that the dealers are doing 15 to 20% off of spot price. All right, so let's just use a round number, $20. Okay, they're going to give you $16 per generic round. Okay, where a lot of cases that's pretty acceptable. If you were going to sell them online or Facebook, you're going to end up paying the fees anyways when it comes to like PayPal or eBay, if that's your thing. So that's another route. I mean, if you could get more for your generics, that'd be great, but we're talking generics, you know, like Sunshine Mint and all these other kind of rounds. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into what I would consider to be kind of like the premium standard of silver bars and rounds. All right, so one of the dealers is actually paying right at spot. Okay, so again, that's going to be a matter of calling the dealer to see how much they pay. But it seems to me that all the other places are paying 5 to 7% under spot price. So in the case of the Silver Eagle, one dealer said that they are paying $18.19 based off of spot price from yesterday, and it hasn't moved that much, trust me. So that's what we're looking at for silver prices. Gold kind of follows that same line, unless it's a collectible gold like early US. pre-1933 or whatever it is. Those are priced accordingly to the gray sheet. Unless they're clean, then they'll give whatever the market value is for that. Minus, I believe, 15-20% for those types. Gold bullion, generics, they're paying the same tier. They're paying 15 to 20% under spot price for generic gold. For the premium gold eagles, Canadian maple leaf gold pieces as well, they're going to buy the same the payout. They are giving either full spot for gold, or they're paying about 5 to 7% under, okay, or somewhere in between. You know, some might do 3% or whatever. So that's what you would expect for that. And that I'm gonna kind of close it out PM wise with silver and gold because they're the most commonly encountered PMs out there. All right, so I figure we just go ahead and stop there. We're not going to talk about palladium or platinum, anything like that. We just don't see them that often, or they don't. Not me. I don't see it that often, but you know. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into collectible coins. Okay, collectible coins that are slabbed and graded. Keeping in mind that coin dealers like to see older coins pre-1950. And they will price these out based off of the dealer newsletter or the gray sheet. All right. So if you were to, for example, now this is a 1883 cc Morgan with some toning. They do not pay additional amounts of money for the toning on there. Keep that in mind. They just see the date and mint mark. All right, and condition. All right, this is a mid-state 63. CAC certified. They really don't pay a premium for CAC either. You'd be hard-pressed to get even $1 extra because of the green bean. Okay, again, if you could absolutely avoid selling these to a coin dealer, I certainly would. I would just probably use the secondary market. You will get so much more money for coins like this. All right, so the difference between what retail is and retail, just think of like, what did I pay for this coin? Let's say it's $300 is what I paid for the Morgan. All right, that's retail price. Now, what gray sheet dealer newsletter pricing looks to be, okay, is going to be two different columns. There's a bid and there's an ask. Generally, they're going to go by the let's see, probably ask on a lot of the prices, and they are going to deduct about 20% off of that. It seems like a very steep discount, okay? So let's say retail, if you were going to look on the PCGS price guide for this coin, is $300 as an example. The coin dealer newsletter for the same coin in this grade would probably end up being $225. And then furthermore, they're going to drop it down about another 15 to 20%, which seems to be the going rate. Now, it's going to make some of you very mad, as if like, oh my God, it's like highway robbery, right? They're buying off the quality coins for cheap, and then they're going to turn around and like double the price. I know what you're going to say, but we got to keep in mind, coin dealers have to stay in business as well. All right, so they have to pay some sort of like a wholesale price, okay? Traditionally, coin dealers do not pay full retail for coins, okay? That's not their business model. If you guys were running a business, you want to try and buy stuff that's down here, sell it for up here, and then kind of take advantage of all the profit to help keep your business afloat. That especially rings true today as small to medium businesses are struggling mightily. All right, so with a lot of the collectible pre-1950 coins, again, we're going to go down to coin dealer newsletter pricing, gray sheet pricing, and then another 15 to 20% off of that. And that's more than likely what they're going to offer you for those. I have been told that moderns are not really something that these dealers are interested in, even if it's a top tier, top pop coin. Generally in the coin dealer newsletter, the grades are going to cap out at a certain number, and it's not going to take into account, say, a mid-state 67, 63D Lincoln cent, all right, which would, possibly pay out near $10,000, all right? They'll probably look at, oh yeah, we'll give you $50 for it, all right? I've been told this. Again, that's a coin. that has a lot more reach on the secondary market or through an online auction service. All right, so if you do have a coin of that caliber, you sell it there. A lot of the coins, a lot of the moderns post 1950, that grades out medium, mid-state 65, 64s. You're going to get barely any money for them, maybe a few dollars, even if it's silver. All right. As a matter of fact, there are some silver coins, like one of the coin dealers had a 64 Kennedy that was graded mid-state 65, I believe, through PCGS, that they were selling for $10. All right, so how much do you think that they bought that coin for? Probably $3 to $4, or maybe $4.50 is what they would pay for a coin like that, because we are at 9 times face. All right, so keep that in mind. Aside from that, they pay the better premium money on NGC and PCGS graded coins. Coins in other slabs like Annex, ICG, SEGs. I believe SEG's one. I think so. They pay a lot less prices. As a matter of fact, one of the dealers said that they go as far back as 50% of gray sheet. So that's nutty. It's almost like, man, I don't need the money that bad, or I need the money that bad, and I will take $75 for the CC Morgan here. And I think that's pretty much it as far as graded coins go. Yeah, it's tough to talk about because I've seen people get far less than what they deserve on their coins. All right, so we've tackled graded coins, and hopefully I'm not missing anything. If I do, just go ahead and post it in the comments below. Finally, mint and proof sets. This always seems to garner some sort of conversation because these exist in dozens and hundreds out there. There are even some customers that has boxes upon boxes of these earlier kind of like post 1960, maybe 1955 mint and proof sets. All right, so here's a heartbreaker, and this is why I leave this one for last. This is a 1968 proof set with the original cardboard case. $2 to $2.50 for this. The big reason is there's just no market for it right now. And you just have to take them at their word. Okay, you can't argue with a coin dealer when you're in their establishment. They set the prices. To make matters worse, post-1970 mint and proof sets that have no silver in them. Okay, keep in mind, in the 1990s, the U.S. did make proof sets with 90% silver coins in there, so those obviously fall under a different kind of pricing strategy. But post-1970 mint and proof sets, coin dealers are paying face value on every single one of them. All right, and that is not negotiable, because apparently to them, and this is all 4 coin dealers, mind you, in my area, had mentioned that there is just no desire, no marketability for mint and proof sets. However, they buy this for $2.50. They turn around and sell them for $10 to $13. Bam. Talk about making some extra money. That is certainly the case there. But yeah, if you got these modern proof and mint sets, or any sort of modern coins, even commemoratives kind of fall into it. I didn't really get the opportunity to talk about commemoratives, but they're not paying jack for them, which kind of is a testament to the lack of popularity in commemorative coins. So that's another big one. I think one of the dealers said that on non-traditional U.S. coins. I think commemoratives kind of fall under that. Yeah, they're paying like 60-70% back of whatever gray sheet is on these particular coins. Now that is a hell of a heartbreaker, because I can tell you this right now, on some of these 1965 to 1970 proof sets and mint sets, I've actually paid like anywhere from $5 to $10 a piece for them, and $2.50. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I have been in the business for over 25 years, I would say that is a monumental slap in the old face. Like, seriously. But that is kind of like the most egregious pricing I've heard in the last 7 days of gathering data and research from all these dealers, people that I know. And don't take it personally. Please don't. Because they're in the business. They have to keep the lights on. They have to keep the internet running. They have to pay the lease payments on their establishment. And that's just the way they operate, okay? But if you need fast, quick cash and you have the goods, they will certainly buy from you. They will get you hooked up with some money, all right? Just keep in mind, if you have lots of stuff, all right, they can get, I mean, it always seems like when you introduce bulk coins and product to them, it seems like they give you less and less, all right? And I think that's more, you know, hey, we have to work hard to tally up what you have here, so we're not going to give you quite as much, all right? So it's almost like sweat equity, only, you know, you're getting dinged for it. But anyways, that's it for this one. Again, we're talking about a few of the most common like coins that people do bring in. There's going to be a ton of other coins and stuff that I haven't talked about in this video, all right? Keep in mind, huge percentages off of the gray sheet is going to be paid. It seems like the best bet is PMs, all right? They pay so close to spot. It's almost like a sure thing. Yeah, it's like you're not going to lose much investing in precious metals, especially when it's the more premium type of coin. But some of you will probably say, well, you know, this Silver Eagle I paid $20 for, and now it's like $4 over spot. I'm like, yeah, it's a Silver Eagle though. So they seem to hold their value quite a bit better over a lot of the other assets that we talked about today. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching on this one. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. Hopefully you guys had a good time on this video. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you had any encounters with a coin dealer here lately during this virus event that we're in? And tell me a little bit about your, I guess, you know, personal testimonial. Were you dealing with a nice coin dealer? Did you feel like you got a good value off of what you've had? Have you made any purchases? We'd love to hear about that as well. And that's it. Yeah, we'd love to hear it. I'm your host, Sean, again. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell for instant notification. And as always, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. That's right. And I guess I'll see you on the next coin video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.